When this aircraft was unveiled in 2022, Chinese military officials held an emergency meeting that lasted 3 days. Russian defense ministers immediately requested doubled budgets, and America's own allies quietly asked, "Could you do that to us?" What did they see that terrified the entire world? Let me show you. Let's start with what makes the B-21 truly frightening. You literally cannot see it coming. The original B-2 Spirit was already nearly invisible to radar, but the Raider, it's operating on an entirely different level. While exact radar cross-section figures remain classified, defense analysts estimate the B-21's signature is 10 times smaller than the B-2's. We're talking about a 150-foot wingspan aircraft that appears on radar screens as something no bigger than a large bird, if it appears at all. But stealth isn't just about shape anymore. The B-21 uses advanced radar-absorbent materials that were literally science fiction a decade ago. Its entire skin is designed to dissipate electromagnetic waves, making it practically invisible across multiple radar frequencies. China and Russia have spent billions developing counter-stealth radar systems. The B-21 was specifically designed to defeat all of them. Before they even knew what frequency to look for, America had already engineered the answer. And here's the really terrifying part. The B-21 doesn't just hide from radar. Its heat signature is managed so efficiently that infrared detection systems, the backup plan for most air defense networks, struggle to acquire it. By the time you detect a B-21, it's already completed its mission. But invisibility is only half the story. What truly separates the B-21 from everything that came before is what's inside. This bomber is essentially a flying supercomputer wrapped in stealth technology. It uses an open systems architecture, which means it can be updated with new software and capabilities faster than your smartphone. While China and Russia are still flying bombers designed in the Cold War, the B-21 can evolve in real time. The aircraft features advanced AI-assisted systems that can process massive amounts of battlefield data instantly. It doesn't just fly into enemy territory, it maps the entire electromagnetic spectrum, identifies threats, and calculates optimal strike solutions before the pilot even needs to react. And perhaps most concerning for America's adversaries, the B-21 is designed to operate with or without a crew. That's right, this bomber can potentially fly fully autonomous missions deep into enemy territory. No pilot fatigue, no human error, no risk of capture. The Pentagon hasn't confirmed full autonomous capability yet, but the architecture is built for it. Imagine a fleet of these aircraft executing coordinated strikes across an entire continent, all controlled by AI, all invisible. That's not science fiction. That's the B-21's potential reality. Now here's where things get really interesting. The U.S. Air Force isn't building 20 or 30 of these aircraft. They're planning to build at least 100, possibly more. At an estimated $750 million per unit, that sounds expensive until you realize what it replaces. The B-21 will eventually take over missions from the aging B-1 and B-2 fleets, aircraft that cost billions to maintain and are increasingly vulnerable to modern air defense systems. But here's the strategic nightmare for Russia and China. You can't defend against 100 B-21s. It's mathematically impossible. A single B-21 can carry multiple stealth cruise missiles with 1,000-mile ranges. That means one bomber could launch strikes from outside your airspace while remaining completely undetected. Now multiply that by 100 aircraft capable of launching coordinated attacks from multiple directions simultaneously. To defend against this, you'd need to blanket your country with overlapping radar coverage, maintain fighter patrols 24/7, and somehow detect aircraft specifically designed to be undetectable. The cost would be astronomical, and it probably still wouldn't work. This is strategic deterrence taken to a new level. The B-21 doesn't just threaten military targets, it makes every air defense system in the world obsolete overnight. So how are America's rivals responding? With panic and massive spending. China has accelerated development of the H-20 stealth bomber, trying to match the B-21's capabilities, but they're at least 5 to 10 years behind in stealth technology and composite materials. Russia has announced plans for the PAC-D stealth bomber, but with their economy under sanctions and their defense industry stretched by Ukraine, most analysts doubt it will ever be built in meaningful numbers. Meanwhile, both nations are pouring resources into hypersonic missiles and space-based sensors, desperate attempts to find a counter to American stealth dominance. But here's the problem. The B-21 was designed knowing these countermeasures were coming. It's already built to operate in that future threat environment. Even America's allies are nervous. The B-21 represents such a massive power projection capability that it fundamentally shifts the global balance. One B-21 squadron based in Guam could hold every military installation in the Indo-Pacific at risk. That's more deterrence than entire fleets of aircraft carriers. The B-21 Raider isn't just a bomber. It's a strategic game-changer that makes traditional air defense obsolete. It can strike anywhere, anytime, undetected, and unstoppable. For the United States, it represents the ultimate insurance policy, the ability to hold any target on Earth with near certainty of mission success. For everyone else, it's a weapon they cannot match, cannot counter, and cannot ignore. The age of stealth has entered a new era, and the B-21 Raider is leading the way. What do you think? Could any nation develop an effective counter to this technology? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want to see more hidden military secrets revealed, subscribe and hit that notification bell. We're just getting started.